In a previous video, I was talking about why 1300s can't rise above 1300, and it had a lot to do with my findings. Had a lot to do with pawns. You know, not protecting every pawn, not targeting pawns. At our level at 1300, a lot of times games are not won by early checkmates and winning minor pieces. You know, sometimes they are, but a lot of times now, people are protecting. People are aware of these tactics, and so they're guarding against forks and skewers and things like this. And so we have to think smaller. You know, how can we target a pawn? How can we just simply make sure that we are not giving away a free pawn? Stuff like that. And so in this game, I'm going to be playing a 10-minute game. Hopefully, I'll be able to make it to 1310 today. And so already I'm playing against a Scandinavian defense. And so I have a couple of options. I can simply take and go from there, or I can, kind of ignore it and just maybe try to do something different. I don't know. Because then if he pushes here, I could do this position. I don't know. Something different like that. Often I do take, but I feel like that plays into a Scandinavian's player's strength. He wants me to take and then push. Okay, so now I need to be careful. Are there any checks? Because if I take right here, can his queen give me a check? And that's something I definitely need to pay attention to. So before I take here, there's a couple of options. Number one, I could either just simply take, and if I do that, I need to consider the fact that he might, come all the way down here. And if he does that, then I just need to make sure I guard my piece. Another option is that, if I don't take, he might do this. What I think I'm going to do is actually just go ahead and pull up my queen. And, now if he does bring out, okay, this, I can now just simply win my pawn back. And if he takes, I take back. And now if he does want to, let's just say he wants to pull out, like a move like this. Well, he can't really do that yet. Maybe he could do this first. So now I just develop. I'm just going to go ahead and develop my pieces. I do need to be cautious. My queen and my king are on the same line. So, that's always a danger, because if he castles and then he gets his rook here, he basically wins a queen. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to leave my queen there permanently. Okay. He's ready to make a queen trade, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really want to trade queens. So maybe what I'll do is I could just come down here. I could just simply go here, and if I do that, what does he have? He has a move like this, which I'm not worried about. Let's just do this, and obviously, if he plays this pawn, I mean, I'll just win it. I'll win a pawn. So I think that's an okay move for right now. The next thing I'm probably going to do is just bring out my bishop, maybe to here, maybe even to here. Yeah, maybe I'll bring my bishop out to here. Just trying to kick his queen, out of here. Maybe his queen will go here or all the way back. He really seems to want to make a trade here, and now I am considering a trade. And the reason I'm considering a trade is because this is a free pawn for him. If he wins this pawn, if he wins this pawn, then I'm kind of in trouble. So now I do have to do this. But what I need to now think about is a move like this. Okay, so now I develop. I'm also making sure that I'm okay. I'm in good shape. And now I castle. So is there a way where I can... He's going to play this move, maybe this move. Let's go ahead and prevent. First of all, is there any good moves I could make? Not, that would win a pawn or something. I don't see one. So I'm going to make this move so that he can't move to b4. All right, he moves to just simply protect. I can do this, just kind of threatening his pawn chain, since he does have kind of a nice little pawn structure. And if he pushes it, then maybe I'll go here and then to here, and that, attacks his that attacks his bishop. So if he takes, I take. All right, he doesn't. So now I go here, and then I go here. And I need to be careful because once he pushes here, you know, obviously I can target his bishop, but you know, at some point I don't want to get my knight trapped. I also know that a knight on the rim is dim. A knight on the dim is rim. So we're dead even. You know, like I said, I want to be guarding my pawns. I want to make sure I'm not doing any stupid trades. So this potentially. Now I don't think I want to do that just yet, and here's why. I think what I'm going to do is this first, and then this to protect this pawn and to connect my rooks, and then I'm going to make this move. Okay, so there's not a whole lot he can do right now with his knight. He's just trying to connect his rooks. I mean, I could give him a check. I have a check in play, right? But if I give him a check, I win no material. He just simply, you know, moves. He just moves there, or he moves here, which is even worse because then I'm trapped. So I don't want to do that. Instead, all right, he's probably thinking this move, potentially this move. So how can I prevent this move and maybe even win a piece? If he does go here, I just move here, and then he's not really like winning any material. So now I'm just going to first of all threaten to take this pawn, and then if he moves here, okay. Now let's see if there's anything I can do to win material. Okay, if I push this pawn, he just wins a pawn. That's a dumb move. That is what is called a dumb move. I could just bring this rook into the game, and now, you know, all of my pieces are more active. Now I could just come here, and if he takes, you know, I can't take back actually, because then that leaves this guy undefended. So, now the advantage of pushing this pawn, though I would lose it, would be that it opens this diagonal, but it only opens it to here. So right now, my knight is actually in a pretty good spot. Though he's not like attacking anything, he is in a position to give a check. And if he does this, I can just come right back here. So I'm not worried too much right now. All right, so like I said, this doesn't really threaten anything. I mean, it kind of threatens to come here, which is not a threat. This is not a threat. This is not a threat. This is not a threat. So the only threat he has is this, and I can actually go like that. And that's probably a better move because he has a dark square bishop, which tells me I want to keep my pawns on dark squares to, you know, prevent him from doing a whole lot. So the downside of this is that I can't move my pawn, which means my dark square bishop's also not doing a whole lot. All right, so there's the attack I was kind of waiting on, and I can move here, and then if he pushes again, I could just go right back where I was. I could come here. I'm anticipating a trade, but then this. Let's do that. Actually, this trade is good for me, I think, because it really strengthens my pawns. Right now I have these like scattered pawns, and I'm all about, in this game, how can I improve, you know, my pawn structure, and how can I damage his? So if he doesn't take it, I'm actually really considering taking his, because then, okay, so he's going to take back with his rook if he does that. Okay, that's fair. Now, what about if I go like this? He just takes like that, and that's not good for me. So in the meantime, what's something I could improve? What is a piece I can improve, or how can I target a pawn that is weak. And this is a weak pawn, but I can't really get to it. And if I push this pawn, he can take here. So I'm going to do this anyways, even though I know he's probably just going to bring his... Oh, he didn't bring his rook out. Wow, I'm a little bit shocked by that. Okay, so now I can push these pawns. And actually now I can bring my bishop to a little bit of a better position where I could control this diagonal. And, all right, let's think about this. This, then this, then this. Or this, and then this. Doesn't really do a whole lot. But, so, this pawn is not really being attacked right now, so I'm not super worried about it. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to try this, and then this. So we're dead even. I mean, we're up time. That is what this is all coming down to right now. And if he tries to, you know, push this pawn, I'm just going to take it right back. Okay. So I'm also not worried about that position. But let's think about it. Let's just play this out. I take, he takes, he wins control of the C file, right? If I go here, he pushes, I take, I've damaged my pawn structure. I go here, he takes, I take, he takes. Again, not a whole lot. All right, so now what are some other ideas? Maybe we push here. Because he doesn't have his knight, I'm not afraid of this move before I would have been. And now I'm actually thinking about bringing my king into the game a little bit more. Right? Like lifting your king's never a bad idea. So he does have this move, but then I have this. But then he has this, which isn't much. He could do this. This pawn is kind of pinned right now, so I can't do a whole lot. All right. So now I go here. And now he can actually come here. Honestly, he could even... All right, if he brings a piece here, I don't see that happening. Okay, I think that's an interesting move. If I move here and then he takes, I just have to pull back, right? I cannot take or I will lose a piece here. That was an interesting move. I can attack towards the center, and if he takes, I can come up here. And then I'll deal with that pass pawn. I mean, he has a pass pawn, and that is significant. I'm just going to continue with my plan for right now. And I have a feeling he's going to move his rook here. And if he does that, you know, now he's attacking two rooks. He has a better position than me. I probably should have traded rooks, huh? Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so he goes for this rook. And what if I go... Should I go here? He won't take, but then he might go here. Let's just do this. This feels a little more principled. And then if he goes up here... okay. That is kind of what I expected was going to happen. Right, I'm going to pull it all the way back down. I also need to move faster. I'm moving so slow. So I lost a pawn, right? And he can attack that pawn. So I'm actually going to push this pawn because he allowed me to. Losing only a pawn there was not the worst thing. Now what I need to do Now I'm going to just try to simplify. All right. If he takes, I take back. If he pushes, I take back still. Let's do this. He's going to take here. If he does that, interesting. Really interesting move. All right, I'm down a pawn. If I go here, he takes, I take. I damage my pawn structure. Let's do this for right now. Let's do this. This attacks something, right? Now I have a feeling it's gonna move to this, and then and now he's trying to target this, maybe even this. I am going to lift, and if he takes, I take back with my king. Okay, interesting. All right, so now he's up two pawns, and I am trying to create a pass pawn. Actually, if we could get his king to come over here, that would be great. Because then I could, I could just simply fork his rook. What I kind of need to do is get this rook here, push it, and do that. So, all right, he's going to let me push. And now I'm going to come here. Okay. So I do need to be very careful about this. I actually want to take with this. All right, I have 3. He has 2. Let's see if I can win a piece here. Oh, snap. Okay. I have 27 seconds. It has come down to pre-moves. I have to pre-move. Oh, snap. He left his rook hanging. Don't pre-move that. He left his rook hanging. Oh my gosh. This game is not over. I have 25 seconds. But it's not over. If I can create a pass pawn in 23 seconds, this game is going to be over. I can't create a pass pawn. Snap. Oh man. This is coming down to it, isn't it? All right. He's going to queen before me. But I think I could checkmate him. I think I can mate him. Can I? Can we do it? Yo, this is 9 seconds. I got to focus here. Bruh. Don't do this. Don't. Well, actually, I'll take a draw. Give me a bunch of checks. Let's see if I care. He's going to give me this check. Nope. I lost on time. Bro. What a crazy game. All right, let's look at this. Let's review this game. That game was wild at the end. All right, I'm gonna review, and let's just see how it says we played. Man, some of you were, I know that was one of those games people are shouting at the screen. It says I didn't have any blunders. I did play like a 750 rated player, which does not surprise me. That felt awful. I felt really bad while I was playing towards the end. I do not like playing against a Scandi. Excuse me. He just wanted to get those queens off the board, man. Look at that. He just wants to damage my structure and as much as he can, so that way I'm out of my element, and then we just play chess, you know? So this this was an interesting game. Very, very interesting game. I'm just kind of going through this quickly to see the end. I'm not going to give it like a legit review right now. Don't worry, everyone. I will give it a review. I'm just not yet. And so, oh man, I could have won his rook already. I didn't see it. That look at this. Look at this bar. It's like, hey, yeah, he blundered his rook. You idiot. That was a blunder. Then I finally saw it and I took, and it was just like, ugh. So, that was so dumb, man. Look, I am up now by 1.5, and then I just made a stupid move again. I don't know what I was thinking there. I should not have given him a queen, and then all he has to do is give me a bunch of checks. Guys, this game was so hard to watch for me. I'm sure it was for you. Well, I don't know. The lesson there was don't suck. Don't play as bad as I played. But be sure to follow along and subscribe. And y'all, I will catch you next episode. Thanks for watching.